Now that the balance changes have been live for a couple days, we see that the Evolved Tesla is even better than it was before because of that depth shockwave it has now. And because of that additional shockwave, it's getting even more value on defense. So today, I decided to run some drill cycle with the Evo Tesla. And believe it or not, guys, it's crazy, but the Evolved Tesla is even going to be getting another buff soon, because what's happening is there's a small bug right now in the game where the Evo Tesla doesn't always get that death shockwave. So what happens is if it just runs out of health naturally without a unit taking it out, it doesn't have that shockwave. So the shockwave only happens when something hits it and kills it, which to be fair is most of the time, but not every time. But when there's a maintenance break in a couple days and they fix that, it's going to go off every single time. So you're always going to have that shockwave. So if you notice sometimes when it dies, you don't get one, that's the reason why, because there's a very, very small bug right now. So in other words, it's going to be even stronger in a few days when that ends up getting fixed, which likely means it is for sure probably going to be the best evolution in the game. So this guy's running Sparky. We can just go ahead and poison it. I think that's going to be a pretty adequate play. We're just going to have to be very careful here on defense, and he's going to go in for a Goblin Giant. What I might want to do here is actually go for a defensive drill, and then we need to watch out for this Sparky. So let's get a Tesla going here and try to get a log going, I think, on everything. This should be pretty good. And then our next... Okay, let's see. We're going to NATO this here, and that should be just fine. Even though the Duchess doesn't have a lot of ammo left, the Sparky doesn't have any health, so it was able to get wiped out just fine. So this is a pretty good start. We got some chip damage on his tower, which is definitely what you want to try to get as much damage as you can with drill early on, especially against heavier decks, because you got a faster rotation, so it's hard for them to keep up with your drills oftentimes. So let's see, he's going to go for a Sparky again. I was about to go drill on the tower, but I was waiting to see if he wanted to do that, and sure enough, he did, so I'm glad that I didn't end up, well, going for a drill, because that obviously would have been really bad timing. We can get an Evo Tesla going here, and then from there, see what he wants to do. So he's just going to go in for a Little Prince in the other lane. This should probably be a pretty easy Sparky to defend, especially because he's not supporting it at all. I'm actually just going to go for a poison here, and then let's see. Ooh, wow, really good mini P.E.K.K.A by him, actually. I got to give him credit there. That was a really nice play. I wasn't expecting him to... Anyway, let's go for a NATO here. Should be able to kill those Evolved Bats. And there we go. Really solid defense on our end. We are going to want to get Skeletons here. And he's going to go in for his Sparky. Excuse me. We're going to get a Tesla going. And maybe we go for a defensive poison. I think that's probably our best bet on this Sparky here. Yeah, we are going to do that. He is going to go Little Prince in the other lane. So we got to be a little cautious when he ends up going in for the split lane pressure. So let's get a Bomber going like this. And then I think we just want to get Skellies going here. And then let's get a Knight going. We're going to get a Poison going on defense. And then let's log all this here. And this should be, I want to say, pretty easily defended. Maybe you want to go for the Evo Bomber. Ooh, I didn't even need it. That was not a good Evo Bomber. But it's better to be safe than sorry, because I really didn't want that mini P.E.K.K.A to connect to my tower, of course. That probably wouldn't have been good. So let's see what he wants to do here. Maybe we just want to NATO this potentially. And he is going to go in for a Little Prince. I think I'll just go ahead and poison this, and then let's see what he wants to do. He's probably, yeah, I was going to say, go in the other lane here. So let's do this, and then let's go in for a Evo Tesla, and look at how much value that Shockwave got. Like, that is just absolutely massive. And then there we go. The Sparky just got stunned. And this is exactly why, in my opinion, Sparky is just so weak in this meta. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to break through an Evo Tesla, especially now that it has the second Shockwave too. It just doesn't even seem possible in so many situations. And not to mention, there's more people running Rocket now because Logbait is actually stronger because of the Evo Tesla buff, so we're kind of seeing a return of that. We're going to go ahead and Tesla here, and I really don't see how this guy is supposed to break through. As long as our defense is solid here, we are just going to be completely fine. I can actually just poison this. That should be completely good over there, and then maybe get an Evo Bomber lined up to damage that Sparky. There we go. Look at that, and that is in log range, so that Sparky just got killed, and we can actually poison this Sparky here too. When you're in triple, you pretty much can always just keep cycling poisons on their tower. You're going to get value. There's always going to be something there just because there's more units on the field, so that's probably the biggest tip. When you're running a poison cycle deck, just keep spamming those poisons constantly, use them a ton on defense as well, and in this type of matchup, there's just no way they're going to break through. So that's going to be a really nice and easy game 1 over here. There's really no chance for him to break through with the Goblin Giant or the Sparky. Alright, we're in our next game here. We'll go ahead and give him the good luck, and if you don't have the Evolved Bomber, you could use the Evolved Knight instead, or Evo Skellies in this deck, so those are a couple different options for you. I would highly recommend using the Evolved Tesla, though, if you have that, just because it is for sure, you know, just such a strong evolution right now. Probably the strongest, I want to say. So he's got the Phoenix, the Knight. Oh, okay, this is probably E-Giant, if I had to guess, because he's got the Phoenix, the Bomber, Evo Knight, so that would kind of make the most sense. I'm just going to Tesla here, just so we're cycling to that Evo 1 as quick as we can, and he's got a Little Prince, so this should be defended really easily. That was not a very good Little Prince. I'm actually not super sure why he did that. Maybe he didn't expect me to go for a Tesla, but either way, that's pretty good for me, and he's going to go for an E-Giant, so let's just get a Knight down here, and then I think we probably want to get some pressure going because we're likely going to be able to defend this. You know what? Let's actually just defend this first, and then we'll go in for a push. I don't think there's any rush. So let's just go Tesla. You can kind of play the Teslas very high up and far away from the E-Giant typically. So that was very aggressive on his end. I'm actually not super sure why he did that. So let's just go for a drill here, and then we'll go for an Evo Bomber and see if we can make something happen here. I think he's probably going to be able to stop it, though, without a major issue. Yeah, he is going to be able to, unfortunately. So we didn't get much out of that, even though he was very aggressive. He went for a Lightning and an Ado. Probably the main reason why is because the Bomber, of course, is a very good counter to the drill, so sometimes it can be hard to get damage even when you have a pretty big elixir lead, but that's okay because we still have a pretty noticeable lead going into double here. We got, you know, several hundred damage on top of his tower, which is great, of course. So let's just go for a Evo Tesla here. This should be probably a rather easy defense on this E-Giant, I want to say. You're generally not going to have a hard time defending in this matchup. Oh, wow, that was very... He just committed quite a lot, and the problem for him is I'm already back to a Tesla, so we should be completely fine here on defense. So we just got to make sure to get a Knight down on this, and then let's just poison all this, and we should be okay. We just got to watch out if he decides to go in for another E-Giant here. We got to be a little careful. But yeah, look at that. That was perfect defense over there, so really happy with how that turned out. Let's just defend. We seem to be kind of down quite a lot, so I want to focus up on defense here. I'm not too concerned about going in. Let's just get a Knight going here, and then we're probably going to want to poison this here, the Phoenix and the E-Giant. We're going to be a little careful, though, because he probably is going to want to go in the opposite lane, potentially. Yeah, he is going to do that, which is why I got an Evo Bomber down, because we were able to deal with that on the back end. So Evo Tesla is probably going to clean everything up here pretty nicely. You just NATO that backwards and go for skeletons here, and then I think we're going to be a-okay here on defense. Yeah, he's not even going to use the Guardian there. So let's just send in a Goblin Drill, see what he wants to do. He's going to go in for a Bomber, which is going to defend it pretty well, but we still get some chip damage. We're going to get a Poison going here. He gave us really good value. I'm actually not too sure why he did that. And then let's just pre-place a Tesla. You're generally going to want to always pre-place Teslas, especially... Oh, wow, I don't think that was a good play. I mean, yeah, that is going to deal with the Tesla, but he spent 7 elixir just to do that, so... Or 6, excuse me, which I really don't think is worth it. We're going to poison here. We just want to get rid of that Bomber as quick as we can, obviously. And then now this is pretty much going to be defended because the poison slowdown was very helpful against that E-Giant as well. And then we just go Skeletons, distract that. And nice, we are going to get a Goblin on the tower because even though he did kind of predict where the drill was, it's not going to be enough. So we'll just go in for a Tesla here, and then we're going to go in for a drill. We're in triple now, so defending these E-Giants is just going to be really, really easy, that we can keep up the pressure while also defending at the same time, which is fantastic, of course. He's going to NATO that away. It's not really going to matter, though. We can just go for an Evolved Tesla here, and we still have a lead. Not as big of a lead, because he ended up getting a little bit of damage there, but we're completely fine. He's going to Lightning. It is going to hit the Bomber, but look at that Death Shock wave, just buying us so much time there. That is just super clutch. We're going to poison everything here. Remember, don't be afraid to use your poisons on defense, especially in triple elixir. You really have to. He's going to go all in. We get Knight going here. That's going to tank for everything, and then we get a drill going to get some pressure. We just got to be a little cautious here. Let's get a Tesla going. Poison. I don't think it's going to be... Oh, wait, it's not lined up. Oh my gosh, that was super close. Oh my gosh, and he's spamming good luck. I mean, I almost choked that at the end, but we got it. Thank goodness. Wow, he is not happy. I mean, I don't blame him. That was close. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe I almost threw that match, because I think that's also a pretty solid matchup for me. But to be fair, he played pretty well at the end, and I think I could have played better as well. So it's a combination of both of those things. So this guy's got a cannon cart. Wow, that is not something I have seen in a long time. I actually don't think I've seen that card in hundreds of matches. That's why I put it in the F tier in my last tier list. It is just so, basically just, no one is playing it. Like, literally not really anyone's playing it. Ooh, he's gonna try to clone probably. Yep, so I didn't get a NATO. I knew he was gonna do that. I had a feeling. I bet you he might be running Scarmy, so I wanted to... Okay, he's got Barbarians. Wow, okay, so he's running Clone. I have not seen a deck like this in a very long time. I had a feeling he was going to clone, though, when I saw the Flying Machine Cannon Cart, because I remember this deck used to be meta a very, very long time ago. So that's why I didn't NATO to the King Tower. I wanted to on the Skelly Barrel, but if I did that, I would have lost. He was predicting that. That's why he, which was smart on his end. He was predicting basically what I was going to do, but I kind of predicted his prediction, so it ended up working out okay. We're just going to get a Tesla going here, and then, okay, so he is going to go for a Cannon Cart. We log that over there. He was trying to do something sneaky there, I think. Let's get a drill going, and then maybe we can get an Evo Bomber lineup, depending on what he chooses to do. He is going to go in for a Skelly Barrel. I've actually never seen someone use a Skeleton Barrel on top of a drill before to defend it. I actually think that might be one of the first times I've seen that. I don't know if I've seen that before. Definitely not something you see every day, that's for sure. So, because we have Poison and NATO, I'm thinking this matchup probably shouldn't get super, super scary unless I make some mistakes. But, you know, let's not jinx it, because clearly, like in the last game, I did not play that perfectly. So if we don't play this perfectly, we could certainly lose this. So we're going to get a Poison going here. Definitely some solid value. And he's got the Evo Wizard coming in, so we do got to watch out here, of course. So we got a pretty massive lead at this point. Let's get Skeletons going here, and then another Tesla should be very helpful. And yeah, here we go. So let's just... Oh, wow, I didn't even have to log anything else. That just got taken out. That was really cool. Okay, so let's just go for a log here. I was thinking about setting in a drill, but he's up Elixir because he played that giant... So I just want to focus on defense here. Let's poison this. I think a poison here will be nice. Ooh, he's gonna... Okay, I kind of want to NATO that away. And then let's do this. And then... I might poison this, because if I don't... Yep. Sweet. I knew he was going to do that, because I didn't have my log or NATO in cycle. Really glad I got that down. This is a very, very close game. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I went drill there. He is going to stop that pretty easily. Let's just get a Tesla going here. And he is... Okay, we got to be careful about this. I'm going to poison this. And then I also think I want a NATO as well, just to make sure all of that, like, just kind of, you know, dies, basically. And he has no way of getting some, like, sneaky clone or something. Nice, he had to Wizard, because otherwise that Bomber would have splashed, so that's really good. We're going to get a Tesla set up here again, and then we're going to want to get Skeletons here. Yeah, nice, that Cannon Cart isn't even perfect. So let's just go Knight here. This is a very close game, though. Oh my goodness, this is close. So let's get a drill going. He is going to Flying Machine, so let's try to get a poison going. I want to go Bomber, so we keep that. Nice! Look at that. The Skelly Barrel is getting kited back. That is absolutely incredible. It actually dies on his side of the map, so this is perfect. This is exactly why, guys, Clone sucks and Cannon Cart sucks. Cannon Cart sucks because of the Duchess, and then Clone just sucks because there's so many people running Poison. So that is going to be an easy win, and with that, that'll also be it for the video. Honestly, really fun video we had. That second game was really, really close. So make sure to like the video if you guys ended up enjoying it. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already, and you can use credit code BOSS to support me in any Supercell game.